friend that I grew up with, Vince. I don't care who it is. Vince is the person I'm dating. Your success is so important that you cannot afford to jeopardize it for anybody. And it's not that you don't try to help people and raise them up, but some people don't want to be helped. And if they don't want to be helped, there's nothing that you can do about it. There's a saying that a person who is drowning cannot save another person who is drowning. If you're failing and you're hanging out with another failure, you two can't help each other. If you're failing, you need to hang out with somebody who is succeeding. And success looks like this. You constantly have a hand up to somebody who is helping you. And as you're being helped, you constantly have a hand down to people who you are helping. That's success. You get around people who are succeeding and you do a hand up. You get around people who are failing and you give a hand down. And if somebody's failing and they take your hand, you look at them in their eyes and say, look, you don't know my commitment level to you, but I know my commitment level to you. And if you'll let me make that commitment, this is the greatest chance of success that you're ever going to have in your life. But if they don't grab your hand and they continue to fail, you can't save somebody that doesn't want to be saved. They're not your responsibility anymore. Let them go. Love them. Love them from a distance. Why? You succeeding is too important. Why? Because you need to help other people succeed. Why? Because succeeding is important. What was the meaning of my life? I hung out with failures and I failed. You want that written on your tombstone? No, you do not. No, you do not. For all y'all are joining in, welcome. Pretty deep talk, but hopefully it's helping. You attract to you what you are, not what you want. Do you want great things in your life? Yes, I do. Do you want to have things greater in your life? Yeah, I'd love that. Do you want things to be the best that they can be? And instead of living a good life, do you want to live a great life? Vincent, I want all those things, more than you could possibly know, because I don't like where I'm at. I want it to change. Then you have to become greater than what you are. Because you don't attract to you what you want. You attract to you what you are. And if you want better than what you have, you need to become greater than what you are. How do I become greater than what I am? Your mind's a computer and it's programmable. Put good stuff in. Good stuff will come out. Good stuff in, good stuff out, good stuff in, good stuff out, good stuff in, good stuff out. And you'll become greater and greater and greater. And guess what you'll start attracting to in your life? Great things, great people, great success. Great success in your faith. Great success in your family. Great success in your fitness. Great success in your finances. If you want things to be greater than what they are, you have to become greater than what you are. And that doesn't happen by happenstance. It doesn't happen by accident. Success is a planned event. You don't stumble across success. Here's my promise to you. You're never going to be walking down the street and have a six-figure income tackle you and say, I'm with you for life. You're never just going to be walking by and have a great relationship hit you. You're never going to be walking by and you're out of shape and all of a sudden, bam, a six-pack tackles you. You don't find a great life. You don't stumble across a great life. You build one. You don't find a strong marriage. You build a strong marriage. You don't build a financial empire. You don't find and stumble across a financial empire. You build one. You don't stumble across being in great shape. You work diligently towards achieving it. If you're in a leadership role, you have people who are looking up to you. They don't know. Coach Crystal came in late, and I quoted this a bunch the first 3 minutes, and then you came in afterwards and you didn't hear it. But Coach Crystal says this all the time because she herself is in a leadership role. You have to show what greatness looks like. Because if you want the people who you're leading to be great, you yourself must be great. You can't expect for yourself to be producing on a scale from 1 to 10, a level of 4, but you're looking for top 10 level producers. If you want top 10 level producers, you better be a 15. Vince at the scale cops out at 10. You better go the extra mile. You better find a way to make yourself a 15. Why? Because people will do half of what you do right. They will do 100% of what you do wrong. Every single person that comes across you, you duplicate yourself through if they hang out with you long enough. And you duplicate the good and you duplicate the bad. And if you show any bad, they'll catch on immediately. People are very quick learners when it comes to negative habits. People are very slow learners whenever it comes to something positive. You want to talk about leadership? Do you have children? Your son, your daughter, they will do half of what you do right. Your son, your daughter, they will do 100% of what you do wrong. In your career, you might not be a leader. You might be at the bottom of the rung. But if you have a child, you are in a position of leadership, my friend, because we are all examples for our children, good or bad. I hope that it's good. Why? Your child deserves that. I'm a flawed human being. I do things with my son that are wrong, but I try my very best to focus on how can I be the strongest role model for my son that I can be. When my son looks at me from an area or from a stance or from a perspective of my faith, does he see it? And is it shaky or is it solid? I need it to be solid as a rock. When my son looks at me and the relationships that I have in my life, do I need them to be able to see shaky relationships, or do they need to be solid? They need to be more solid than they ever could be. When my son looks at me and sees how I'm doing financially, it matters whether or not I'm broke and poor, or if I'm financially blessed and prospering. When my son looks at me and he looks at my level of physical conditioning, it matters whether I'm flab or I'm fit. Why? I am the example. I am the leader. My son will do half of what I do right. He will do all of what I do wrong. If I want my son, if you want your son, if you want your daughter to be strong financially in their faith, in their fitness, in their finances, guess what? Tag, you're it. You better be strong in those 4 areas. Because if you're failing financially, guess what? Your kid is going to fail financially. Why? You reproduce yourself with anybody that you spend enough time with, and your kids you spend a lot of time with. If you're busted, you have programmed your children to be busted. If you've let your health go, I guarantee you, your son's not walking around an athlete. If you're let yourself go, the standard for your child is to be unhealthy. If your relationships aren't solid, your son's relationships, your daughter's relationships aren't going to be nothing. If you don't have a faith and you're lost, by default, your child is lost. So hopefully that hit home a little bit better, because I started this message off of those of you who are in a level of leadership or a position of leadership with your company. Well, not all of you are in a position of leadership with your company, but you're all in a position of leadership with your children. Vince and I don't have children. Do you have a brother? Do you have a sister? Do you have a mom? Do you have a dad? Do you have coworkers? Do you have friends? Do you have extended family? Do you have somebody that whenever you go to the grocery store is checking out in front of you or behind you? Yeah? You're the standard bearer for every person you meet. In closing, in life, you are going to be a thermostat or a thermometer. Vincent, what is the difference? A thermostat controls the temperature in the room. A thermometer gauges the temperature in the room. We have a whole lot of thermometers in this world. They don't set the pitch. They don't set the temp. They don't set the tone. They don't set the standard. Whatever environment they walk into, they gauge what's going on and they rise or fall to whatever it is. I want you to stop being a thermometer and I want you to be a thermostat. I walk with boldness and authority everywhere I go. When I walk into a room, I set the pitch. I set the temp. I do not respond to my atmosphere. My atmosphere responds to me. If I walk into a room and people are down, I'm up. And before I leave, they will be up too. Why? I'm the standard. I'm a thermostat. If somebody is filled with fear and doubt and disbelief, if you talk with me for 15 minutes, I will fill you with faith, belief, and optimistic views. Why? I'm a thermostat. I am not a level 5 leader. I ain't 10 yet. How do I know that? I don't have level 10s on my team. That being said, that's not a shot at my team. I have incredible leaders on my team. I'm going to record a video on Friday talking about my team, the coaches who have come on board, and the people who are learning how to do what it is that I do and the success that they are having in their lives. Why are the people on my team succeeding? Because I'm succeeding. If I was failing, I can't produce successful people. It takes a successful person to produce a successful person. Well, life's not all about success and money. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about faith, family, finance, and fitness. The whole ball of wax. I'm succeeding in all 4 areas. And I'm teaching others to do the same. Am I perfect? No. Am I egotistical? Not at all. If you've listened to any of my other messages, where do my strength come from? Not from me. I don't take credit. I don't have an ego. But Vince, you walk around, you show your muscles. Why are you wearing that little freaking stupid stringer? I'm trying to show you that I'm a person of strength. But if you listen to some of my other messages, I also explain to you where my strength comes from. This is perfect to close this. My maker is a level on a scale from 1 to 10, a 1,000. Where do my standards come from? For my faith, for my family, for my finances, for my fitness. It comes from my maker in heaven. And he is successfully reproducing himself in this flesh. Because I don't look to the world to find my standards. I look to him. And lucky for me, his standards are set and they're good. And he strengthens me daily. This is going to end in 40 seconds. I love you guys with all of my heart. I want nothing more than for you to succeed. And I will continue to put out these videos to help you do so if you hang in there. Jay Jimenez, I love you, brother. I'm just excited about succeeding with you in life. Vincent Rose, the Fat Killer with H2G Fitness. The future is bright. Something good is happening. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Over and out. You attract to you what you want, not what you are. So become more, and you'll get more. Peace.